Welcome to my channel. Today involves words of reflection, knowledge and insight. I want to talk about the word obsession. The good, the bad and the ugly sides of obsession. Obsessing over being the best you can be is an admirable trait. This is what sets apart a good basketball player from someone becoming a great player, and transforms a good business into a great business. A person's obsession, when used in the right way, can be a motivating factor to do better for oneself or one's family. Often, when people are extremely driven in their pursuits of success, they can exhibit narcissistic tendencies. As a result, they lose sight of hurting or crushing others to get what they want in life. Being an obsessive person doesn't necessarily mean having a great life. Sometimes your needs and wants can be unrealistic and send you down the wrong path in life. Some people can get obsessed with their wants, desires and passions, leading them to ignore all the good or everyday magic in their lives. Sometimes they take for granted the people around them and do not appreciate the things they have already obtained in their life. People can focus their obsession on many different things. It could be a feeling, status, money, drugs, food or anything else you can imagine. Obsessive behavior can lead to a behavior pattern of addiction and sometimes leads to self-destruction. An instance of this would be when someone becomes obsessed with an idea, object or person. Trying to discuss alternative thoughts can be difficult or seem irrational. This is generally due to the person being so hyper-focused on their obsession that nothing else seems relevant or offers any value in their life. In other words, as difficult as it may be sitting back watching the behavior and as much as it may break your heart, you will have to allow a person to make their decisions even if we can see that their obsession is not going to lead to a good outcome. An example of this would be people who are obsessed with a particular political party that they support no matter what. They will defend their leader even when he or she is caught doing things that go against their core values. This is usually when someone becomes quite extreme with their political views. Some politicians might also export this obsessive behavior towards their party, for example, to influence or manipulate people to have some controversial views. Whether or not somebody's views are xenophobic, sexist, against freedom of choice or freedom of religion, once somebody is obsessed with a politician it can be difficult to have a rational conversation challenging their party views. People who are obsessed with a politician will sometimes look at that political leader as if they were a gift sent from God to do God's work. This has led to some unintended consequences in society. Some of those consequences can lead to civil discord or even war. Another example of obsessive behavior is when someone becomes obsessed with another person. Usually, these obsessions start simply enough, a need or desire gets fulfilled for a moment and they want to experience this again. People become attached to that feeling or desire and will do anything to maintain that feeling in their life. This is when the obsessive behavior starts. People with obsessive mindsets have difficulty comprehending that their emotions are constantly changing. You can't ever experience something in the same way twice, because it's never the same moment twice. To hang on to something that you experienced yesterday, whether the experience was good or bad, won't allow you to enjoy the present moment. If someone has obsessive tendencies, they will do anything or use anyone to get what they want. Often people with obsessive tendencies will lie, cheat, steal and use others if it helps them to get their goal. An obsessive person can mentally justify breaking up marriages, friendships, and other relationships to get the desired outcome. If they desire a person, they set forth specific actions to make them theirs forever. To them any fallout, pain or heartache is nothing more than just a casualty of their goal. What an obsessive person doesn't understand is that if something is meant to be, they don't need to manipulate the person or situation to be with them. An obsessive person will believe and make up their reality. They're not willing to accept that the other person might not be feeling the same way. People who suffer from obsessive thoughts will find any excuse to justify their behavior. They'll cling to any positive interactions or promising signals that the person of their desire will return their affection or attention. Obsessive people tend to do the majority of the contacting, chasing, and long-term planning when it comes to the person they desire, even when the same type of energy is not reciprocated. When someone starts to obsess or stalk someone else, usually they'll do the kind of things like learning their schedule of routine or checking up on their online status updates and activities. This can lead to a range of dysfunctional behaviors, from mildly irritating to dangerous. This is when a person can become a danger to themselves and others around them. Confrontation with a person that is obsessed with someone else will never work. They will not listen to anyone that isn't going to support or reinforce their point of view. It can be hard to see a friend of yours going down the wrong track because of their obsessive behavior. You might want to help them or give them advice, but they need to make the conscious choice to change. You cannot make someone believe in your values or choose the same path. Life is a cycle of continuous push and pull, like the ebb and flow of water. In life, sometimes you have to know when to distance yourself, walk away, and set a positive intention for that person. If you enjoyed the video, please share it with your friends or